guys. I'm losing my little bed here. So today I was doing a manifestation. I was doing a meditation that was really centered around this practice of manifesting the life that you want, right? And it was an interesting practice because it had you think a little bit about where you're coming from and where you are now, and then going from there to think about where you want to go from here and how to bridge that gap. And what I realized during that process was that where I came from was in some ways struggle, massive struggle. And I dealt with a lot of anxiety and depression and really intense mental health issues and strain when I was a teenager. And from that experience, I immediately took it into my own hands that I needed help. And so I started studying from that time. And I was also surrounded by a lot of people, a lot of kids that I grew up with were also really struggling at the same time that I was. And so not only did I really want to help myself to be better and survive what I was going through, but I felt so much compassion for the people around me, and I really wanted to figure out how I could help them too. And so through that kind of process, I realized that for 20 years, I've been studying psychology and spirituality, culture, and the power of our minds. And for about 15 years, I've been studying meditation and yoga and practices that help us to balance that relationship between our body and our mind, and develop a system of health and wellness between the different aspects of ourselves. And for about 10 years or so, I've been studying energy healing and the power that we have to use our intention to change our experience, to change our reality, to change our lives from the inside out. But the most important thing that I've learned is that while our environment and the people we see, the job that we do, all the different things that we encounter in our world, the foods that we eat, everything, the toxins around us, they all have a certain power over us, for sure. They affect us. But these mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical systems that we're working with, that we're born with, also have a tremendous amount of power that come from within. So we can actually work to change and shift our experience from the inside out, which is incredible to think about. We're not just a victim to what goes on in the world around us, outside of us. We have a choice, and we have power that we can exercise to change the way that we respond to the world around us, and to change the world around us, to make choices about where we want to be, where we want to live, who we want to associate with, where we want to work, how we want to be treated at work. All these different things are part of our choice and our need to speak up and stake our claim in the world. So some of you may have noticed that I recently changed the name of my Facebook group to Manifest Your Best Life, Freedom, Impact, and Abundance. And the reason that I did that is because I think that's what we're all trying to do ultimately, is we just want to live a good life. We want to be happy and enjoy what we're here to enjoy. And but I also have been really wanting to talk about that, because while manifestation for me is about a shift in consciousness and using intention and affirmation and all this great magical mystical stuff, it's also about taking action, thinking it through, working through our fears, working through our trauma, working through the decisions that we've made that have gotten us to here where we are right now, and then making new decisions about where we want to go and what we're going to have to change in order to get there, what we're willing to let go of, who we're willing to have some serious conversations with about boundaries and respect, and how we want to be treated, how we want to put ourselves out into the world, and then changing our behavior around that too. It's like I could sit all day and manifest myself into affirmations of exercising every day or eating healthy or something, but nothing's going to change until I wake up tomorrow and I get on that exercise bike, or I choose the healthy breakfast versus the unhealthy breakfast, right? So in my group, of course I want to be sharing all this good, juicy stuff that I have learned about the power of our minds and our energy and spirit and all these good things to manifest what you really want to bring into your life. But I also want to share things about mental health and self-care and making good choices and good communication and all of that too. And the other thing too is the real purpose is to have a sense of community. So if you're looking to manifest your best life, odds are at times you might feel a little bit lonely in that process, and you might want some people around you to either provide you some accountability, be watching, be celebrating with you when you're making strides, or be there to encourage you when things are not so easy. But also maybe you want to share what you've learned, share what you've been doing so far, share what has worked, share what hasn't, and just have other people around you who are trying to do the same thing. Because there's a lot of people in this world who want something different, but they don't know how to get there, or they're not ready, and so they're just getting up every day and doing the same things over and over again. And that's okay if that's their path, but spending all your time around people like that, if you're trying to make change, isn't necessarily going to get you where you need to go. So I'm inviting people to come into this community to not just get all the juicy good stuff that I'm intending to share there, which is hopefully going to be a lot more and more, but also to share your expertise, share your value, share your gifts with us, and develop real relationships. Because the beauty of the internet right now is that we can actually have real bonds on there. It doesn't have to be a bunch of BS all the time, and you don't have to present this fake self to the world all the time. You can get real support. So if you're not already in that group, please let me know if you want to be in there, and if you're already in the group, speak up. Now's the time to come out of the wings and start talking and sharing some stuff. But in any case, I hope that this was interesting and helpful for you guys, just to understand that power that we have. We don't just have to be victims to whatever's going on in the world around us. We get to choose, and we get to act in our lives, and we get to manifest with every step we take of every day. And that's a really powerful thing that we have available to us as part of our healing mechanism. So, oh, hey Jennifer, she's asking what's the group. It's called Manifest Your Best Life, and I just recently changed the name, but it's just a group. It's a community that I've created, and like I said, I'm going to be pumping as much good as I can from my studies in psychology and spirituality, yoga, meditation, energy healing, and all the stuff that I've been studying for the past 10 to 20 years. But I really want other people to share too. I just want to create a community, because I think that we need that, and now more than ever that we're all kind of separated in a whole new way, the internet is a fantastic place for us to get together and really share and support each other and ask questions and give each other our answers and our experiences. So definitely let me know if you want in there, or I'm sure you can find it by searching for it. It's Manifest Your Best Life, freedom, impact, and abundance, in some order, those last 3 words. But anyways, just message me if you need an invite from me, and I'll look forward to seeing all you guys in there. And as always, please let me know if there's something in particular that I have mentioned in passing and you want to hear more about. I always am open to sharing more of my story. I will add you, Jennifer. Awesome. I'm here to share my story and all the things that I've learned along the way. And so if you have questions, please let me know. I'm trying to keep these videos short and talk about one thing at a time, because I could be out here for hours talking about all this stuff. But I love you guys so much, so I'm going to cut it off here. But I'll be back hopefully tomorrow. Talk to you soon.